You're listening to the Life Coaching Secrets Podcast, episode number 3. Did you know that life coaches are needed now more than ever? I'm Frank Macri, founder of Thriving Coach Academy. I've trained over 1,000 coaches and helped them launch their own successful coaching businesses. If you want to make an incredible income and impact as a coach and have a lot of fun doing it, I'll show you exactly how to get it done. This is Life Coaching Secrets. Hello, everybody. How are you? I have a fun episode for today. So this episode is called The 4 Steps to 100K. And this is the exact formula for making your first $100,000 as a coach. It is the formula that every single coach experiences and must master in order to hit 6 figures as a coach. Now, so many people, when I ask people what their challenges are when it comes to earning more as a coach, they say, I don't really know how to do it. I'm not sure what is the strategy, what is the path. So no matter what path there is, they will always include the 4 steps that I'm going to go through with you here. So if you are not currently earning $100,000 as a coach, then you are getting stuck in at least one of these steps. If you are just getting started as a coach and you haven't begun working with paying clients yet, then this will save you so much time and energy and frustration because you're going to know exactly the 4 steps that you must master. So I'm going to share the 4 steps and then I'm going to break each one of them down. So here we go. Step number 1 is you share your gifts. Number 2, people judge you. Number 3, people pay you. And number 4, you transform lives. That's it. That is the formula to make 100K. I came up with this a few weeks ago when I was leading a group coaching call for coaches that I was supporting. And when I shared it, everyone really loved it. So I thought, what a cool concept to share with the podcast. So you share your gifts, people judge you, people pay you, and you transform lives. It really is that simple. So let me go through each of those steps in a little bit more detail. The first step is you share your gifts. So this means firstly acknowledging that you do have gifts to share. There are so many coaches that question what they have to offer. They don't think that they have much to contribute, but the truth is you have something valuable to offer. Otherwise, you wouldn't even consider becoming a coach. So just the fact that you even are drawn to coaching is a sign that you know deep down you have something valuable to offer. Now, your gifts are not your life experience. A lot of people think that they need to have all of this life experience and that is their measurement of success. It's not true. Your stories, of course, are helpful. They're great things to share, but your gifts, when you really look at the essence of who you are, your ability to listen, your ability to hear someone's greatness, your ability to be present with someone, you being an example of what's possible, these are gifts. These are things that people value. Notice that for all of those things, you don't need to have any kind of life experience. So think about, for a moment, how often do you really get to have someone's full attention and presence? How often do you really experience that in your life? How often do you have someone in your corner believing in you harder than you ever have believed in yourself before? And I'm not talking about just some shallow or fake optimism or just giving someone a very surface level affirmation. What I'm saying is having someone truly see your greatness and believe in you. So by you being that person for someone, by you sharing those gifts, you awaken other people's gifts. That's how it works. When I got started as a coach, I was in my mid-20s. I had barely any life experience. But what I did have was a curiosity for people. What I did have was an undying belief in people's potential. Even when they were struggling, even when they went through tough circumstances, I believed that they could always get through it and persevere. I believed in people's resilience and courage and ability to transform their own lives. Right? That curiosity, that belief, that conviction in people, those were the gifts that allowed me to help others. So sharing your gifts, this first step, it's about meeting people, telling them you're a coach, offering them value, creating connections with them. Your passion that you share for coaching is a gift that will magnetize people to you. People are drawn to people who express passion, right? Think about it. When you see someone who's lit up because they're so passionate about something, don't you want to be around those people? They draw you in, right? So when you express your passion for life and your passion for coaching, people will naturally want to find out more. They're going to think, I want what they're having. So you don't need to have no formulaic elevator pitch or some really insanely transformational story in order to connect with people. What if your gift was your ability to give full attention and presence to others and let them share their story, be able to see the greatness in them? So that's what sharing your gifts is all about. That is all you will need to begin attracting paying clients and get the ball rolling. Okay? So that's step one. You share your gifts. That's how you begin forming your connections with people. Now, when you start doing that, when you start to tell people you're a coach, here's what happens. Step two, some people are going to judge you. This is unavoidable. So many coaches, they only tell other people that they're a coach who they feel safe to tell. It's like their dirty little secret that they're a life coach, when it truly is the coolest career ever. Now, here's the thing. People are going to judge no matter what. So I like to say it's not about avoiding people's judgments, because people are going to judge you if you are doing nothing with your life or if you are really pursuing something you deeply are passionate about. People are going to judge you no matter what path you go on, because that's what we do as humans. We judge. That's okay. So I think of it as you get to choose which version of you want people to judge. You could be intentional about what version of you want people to judge, because the judgment's not going to go anywhere. So I think it's always more fun when you could allow people to judge the big heroic version of you, the version of you that goes after your dreams, the version of you that fails your way forward in life, the version of you that puts yourself out of your comfort zone, right? The version of you that believes in what's possible. Let people judge that version of me all day long. That's what I say. I want people judging that version of me all day long, rather than judging the small, fearful, quiet version of me, or the version of me that just tolerates life, just kind of blends in. And you get to decide, which version of you do you want people to judge? Do you want them to judge the version of you that is playing it small, playing it safe, blending in, going through the motions, or the version of you that's going all in, getting messy, taking risks, being bold? So judgment is okay. It's what human beings do. When I start working with coaches, and right after they get trained and they learn how to be a coach, the next thing that they often need help on is not so much just figuring out strategy with business. It's not about figuring out social media or figuring out marketing or advertising. It's just about being at peace with other people having judgment. One of the things I like to think about is what people say is about them and what you hear is about you. So anyone's judgment, anyone's opinion, that's just a reflection of them, who they are, what they believe, where they've come from, what they value, the rules that they play and live by in their life. the limitations they put on themselves. What people say is always about them. What you hear is about you. You get to decide what you hear. So when I got started, I went around the neighborhood I was living in. I was living in Vancouver, Canada for a couple years, and I would go down the street and I would go business to business. And I would knock on the door and I would tell the receptionist, I'm a life coach. Can I speak with the boss? Can I speak with the manager? I want to see if I could offer life coaching to your team, to this business. I want to see if you all may want to have a life coach be a part of your company. And I had the door closed in my face several times. I was ignored countless number of times. And I didn't let that stop me. I remember one time I found a gym in Vancouver, and they said they were interested in having me be a part of their team. And they said that they would allow me to set up a table at the front of the gym so that way when people walked in, they would be able to come in direct contact with me, and I'd be able to offer them business cards and invite them to have coaching sessions with me. And I remember I was so excited when I had this opportunity because I knew that I was going to be able to share my passion for coaching with others. I knew I was going to be able to do step one, which is share my gifts. But then there's step two, which is knowing that people are going to judge me. So one day I had my business cards out. I was dressed nicely, and a group of girls came up to me, maybe 4 girls, looked like maybe they were in their late 20s. And I told them that I was a life coach. And I remember one of them looked at me and said, "You're what?" I said, "I'm a life coach. Would you be interested in life coaching?" And she laughed in my face. And she said, "A life coach? Is that a joke? You get paid to do that? No way." And she turned to her girlfriends and they all started laughing. And I stood there and I felt defeated. I wanted to pack my stuff up and go. But something inside me said, if I just stay here a little while longer, it's all going to be worth it. So I allowed them to judge, and I didn't allow it to make it mean anything about me. I let them judge, but I didn't make it mean anything about me. And a little while later, I was able to meet someone. She came up to the table. She asked me what I did. I told her I was a life coach. And she let me coach her. We scheduled a time and I was able to coach her, deliver a presentation to her and give her some coaching. And she was so moved at the level of presence and connection and curiosity that I offered her. I was sharing my gifts as a coach. She said that it was one of the most impactful hours of her entire life. So let people judge. It is part of your journey to make an amazing income and impact as a coach. It is part of the journey. It doesn't mean that anything has gone wrong. In fact, it means things are going right. When you start to have people judge you, it means that you're on the right track. If people aren't judging you, you're not stretching yourself. You're not telling enough people you're a coach. You're not putting yourself out of your comfort zone. So step 1, share your gifts. Step 2 is you let people judge you. People are going to have their judgments. I remember one time as well, I was at a networking event and I was telling a group of people that I was a coach, and 3 of them totally tuned me out. They didn't take me seriously at all. But one person was lit up when I said that. And she was like, "Tell me more. What is life coaching? What's that about?" And all I did was just focus on her. I just continue to go where the love is. Just focus on where the love is, right? There's something so liberating about allowing people to judge you and just welcoming it without feeling like you have to defend yourself or prove anything. So how can you welcome people's judgments the next time they have them? What if you allowed people to judge you without needing to change anything about the situation? So step 3 is people pay you. So this is where it gets really fun, right? You tell people you share your gifts. Some people judge you. And then some people are going to say, yes, I want to hire you. Here's my credit card. So this is where people pay you. This is the third step. Some people wonder, what do you do when someone says that they want to hire you? I remember the first time someone said yes, that they wanted to hire me, I just didn't even know the next thing to ask. So I got so awkward in the conversation. And I said, okay, so do you have a credit card? And they're like, yeah. I said, okay, do you want to share the credit card number with me? And they said, of course. And they shared the credit card number with me. And it was such a transformational moment the first time that happened because I felt like I was a real business owner, right? So it is so amazing. All you have to do when people say that they're interested and you form that connection with them, they want to take the next step, you let them pay you. You allow them to hire you. So when I train my coaches, I'll say, okay, here's what happens. When someone says that they're interested in working with you, maybe you've had a great consultation with them or whatever it is, you say, great. How would you like to pay? Let's say credit card. Great. What's the credit card number? What's the expiration date? What's the security code? Sometimes it feels so weird to ask these questions, but it is just the natural way of extending something that you know that you could help them with. You have a service you can help people with, and it's important to see your coaching as not a hobby, but as a career. So even though this might sound on the surface like, duh, people pay you. But sometimes our mind can get in the way because you might see your coaching as just a hobby or just this like glorified thing that you just do on the side. But in order to have people pay you, you must see yourself as a professional offering a professional service. Right? When you have that self-concept, when you see coaching as something incredibly valuable, you will charge people to receive that value. And I unfortunately see so many coaches that when people are interested in working with them, they feel bad or guilty about charging them and they just lower their rates or offer their coaching for free because they feel bad that they're going to put someone in a bad financial situation. And what I've learned is that allowing someone to invest in coaching is one of the greatest gifts you can offer them. I remember one time I was on a consultation call with a potential client, and after she made the investment in my coaching, she thanked me. She said, Frank, thank you so much for allowing me to invest in myself. Because it's been so long since I've allowed myself to really take care of me. And that moment forever changed how I understood buying things and investing in services, right? It's more than just someone paying you. You are giving someone the opportunity to make an investment in themselves. And let's face it, how seriously do you really take something when you just get it for free versus when you invest in it, right? So when you invest in something, when you let your clients invest in your coaching, you let them have skin in the game, which will allow them to take the coaching more seriously and value it and really commit to it, which will only get them better results anyway. So that is step 3. Some people are going to pay you. Now, here's step 4. You transform lives. This is when you get to actually coach them powerfully. So when you coach someone powerfully, then the natural thing that they will want to do is either continue to invest in your coaching. They may decide to re-enroll in your coaching, or they may decide to refer people to you. And this is where you start to have a snowball effect happen in your business because people are getting so much value and they only want more and they're going to want to share that with other people. So one of the things to keep in mind as you are helping your clients and their lives are being transformed is to have a way to capture their transformation. And what I encourage coaches to do is to invite your clients to share their success stories. So a success story can be just a paragraph that your client sends off to you, or it could also be a video interview that you have with them where you just get them to share what their experience has been like working with you, what is unfolded in their life. Having success stories is one of the most effective ways to skyrocket the success of your coaching business. It is one of the easiest paths to take your business from 0 to 6 figures. Get your clients' lives to transform, help them get amazing results. Help them get the most amazing results. So how do you really help someone get amazing results? You've got to really coach them powerfully. You've got to hold them accountable to whatever goals that they have. I like to say, make sure you're coaching and not coddling. I have a whole podcast that I'm going to be sharing on the difference between coaching and coddling. So stay tuned for that. Really coach your client. Take a stand for their greatness. Hold them accountable to their goals. And make sure that you are creating a container for anything to be possible in your sessions. You got to believe in your clients sometimes harder than they believe in themselves, even when it gets tough for them, even when their circumstances are not ideal or favorable, right? The longer that you can allow anything to be possible, the easier it becomes for your clients to have transformation in their lives. So as your clients get success, they will contribute success stories to you, and that will become marketing. And it won't even feel like marketing because you're just sharing your clients' stories. That will become one of the best ways to market yourself. So those are the 4 steps to make 100,000 as a coach. You share your gifts, people judge you, people pay you, and you transform lives. Fun, right? And simple. It truly is simple. You master these 4 steps, you have the coaching business of your dreams. All right, that's what I got. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hey, would you like access to powerful coaching tools you can use on yourself and clients right away? For being a listener of the podcast, I'm giving you a VIP guest pass to get a sneak peek into my coach training program. Inside, you'll learn our coach's secret tool they use to transform their clients' lives. And you'll also get a training on how to launch a coaching business. Just head over to www.thrivingcoachacademy.com/VIP to get started. I'll see you on the inside.